the good about that. Conflicting values can be voiced in public debate. America has always been a tolerant and open society. And historically, tolerance simply meant that conflicting values can and should be expressed in public debate, and you respectfully listen to people. That's what historically tolerance meant. That's a good thing. I like the fact that I live in America and that I can express my opinion. That I can come to a church up in Oregon and have the freedom to teach the Bible as a guest speaker. Okay, I like that. I wouldn't like to live in Korea or Iran or Pakistan. They don't have that same sense of tolerance, so it's a good thing. Here's the bad part of it. Tolerance accepts other views as equally true. That is, the modern view of tolerance has distorted what we used to believe tolerance was. Now, tolerance demands praise and endorsement that the beliefs of other people are equally true. It used to be that when we were tolerant, we would have a debate on the college campus, and we would civilly have a discussion, and we would disagree on who was right. But now, increasingly, you can't have that conversation anymore, because all viewpoints, all religions are equally true from the mindset of our culture. I'm not saying I believe that, okay? I want to be very clear. I'm just saying the culture that you guys are 10 minutes from, you have to know this. Portland is, I know it's different from where you guys are at, but you live in a state that it's one of the most progressive kind of religious idea places out there. And any church that is within a walking distance or a spitting distance or a driving distance from a major university has to come to grips with the secular culture, because people think and eat and drink this way. And this church, if it's going to have an impact in the future, we can't bemoan the fact that they are different than us. Why can't they just think like we do? I gotta say this. I'm the guest speaker, so you can hate me if you want to. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Get over it. I'm such an empathetic person. Oh my gosh. If my wife was here, she'd just be shaking her head. Brent, you can't say that. I just said that really lovingly. Oh gosh, that was so horrible for me to say. But gently, I'll say it again. You need to get over it. Because culture is not going to change. But we have to be able to adapt in our ability to communicate to people. Does that make sense? Are you tracking with me? Okay. Here's the ugly part of it. Society embraces the modern notion of tolerance. That is, the media and education centers have attempted to convince everybody of these talking points. All beliefs are equal. All values are equal. All lifestyles are equal. All truth is equal. And it's a full court press, folks. You hear talking points on any network, interview, you just hear it everywhere. You hear all these talking points. It all starts with the fact-opinion divide. That is, the only things that we can know are fact, and the things that science teaches us. Everything else, religion and morality, is all opinion or preference. And then based upon this are these talking points, this pillar, first of pluralism and then tolerance. In his book, The New Tolerance, Josh McDowell and his co-author describes some of the implications of this new kind of tolerance. Fascinating observation. I thought you'd be interested in it. He said, I used to be heckled by people, and Josh McDowell's been speaking campuses, churches for 40-something years. I used to be heckled by people saying such things as, prove it. I don't believe you. Now my attacker invariably says, how dare you say that? Who do you think you are? The issue is no longer the truth of the message, but the right to proclaim it. In the new culture climate, any popular message can be labeled intolerant and therefore repressed. When we declare the central teaching of the Christian faith, that Jesus died on the cross for the sins of humanity, and that He is the only way to God, we are labeled as communicators of hate speech. It is. I mean, that's how intellectuals in our day express it. Let me just give you an example of how this new kind of tolerance is happening. A few years ago at Texas Tech, that's in Lubbock, Michael Denny, a professor of biology, said he would not recommend any students for medical school if they did not believe in evolution. And the entire administration came to his defense and said it was absolutely his right as an academic professor to make that requirement. Doesn't quite sound like freedom of speech or tolerance to me. Contrast that with what happened at Sydney University in Australia. A number of top academics signed the following statement in a student newspaper. Get this. On any criteria, Jesus Christ is one of the great figures of history. More than that, His claims to be the Son of God, who has made God known and taken away the sins of the world, bear up under the closest scrutiny. This is our conviction, and we urge every student to thoroughly investigate this unique figure, Jesus. Once this was published, there was mass hysteria at this university. I mean, they were just talking about the invasion of liberal education by the church and by, exclusive, narrow-minded, bigoted concepts. It was incredible the outrage that they experienced. Because again, Christianity as an exclusive truth claim has a target on its back.